Hello, Malcolm. Hello, everyone else. Welcome back to RimWorld. I know there's no RimWorld on the screen, but I just wanted to have the camera handy so I could actually see what I'm doing and then get the dog over here for him to say hello. Come here. Come here. Come here, sweetie. Come here, pumpkin. Okay, you look at the camera, be good. Yeah, hi. Say hi to the internet, you big toad. You big evil toad. You big evil toad. You're a good toad. Yeah, you're a good toad. I guess I could blow that image up, but I think I'd probably break my recording software. So you get a tiny dog. He's actually not a tiny dog. He's a fair-sized dog. He's not a huge dog. If he was any bigger, I couldn't handle him. I on about RimWorld now. If he was any bigger, I couldn't handle him. He's got some sterling qualities of a military nature, that dog. Sometimes a bit of a handful to deal with, but a great pet. Absolutely a sweetheart, and a gentle temperament, very obedient, doesn't make trouble, doesn't try to be dominant, does what he's told, never breaks the rules, unless there's a target. Then all bets are off. Now, I can hardly hear the music, but I think that's probably my headphone volume. Yeah, I don't think I'd better turn up the music. So we're going to take a little tour and just view the progress on the winter colony, because this is how we're going to be doing the winter colony. So many exciting events happen during RimWorld. It's a shame not to catch them, but it's easier to do an episode reviewing progress that's been made. Basically, I'm going to burp on the internet. Oh dear. I hope the filters on YouTube take that out as offensive content. Something like that. Damn, it's a little bright in here. Can't really see. Gosh, I want a new monitor. I mean, I can't cry. This one's been working well for a long time. It's a cheap HP 21-inch unit, and it's got some funny things that it does, that's for sure. It turns purple in German if you try to adjust it. I'm not kidding. But you can set it back if you set it to fabrication maker setting automatic or whatever it says in German. Factory settings. Then it goes back to normal and blows your eyes out on 93 brightness, the bloody thing. But that's what you get with it. And it was only, I think it was under $100. And it's worked for ages. And the picture's not bad. And the response on gaming is not bad. It's not brilliant. Okay, so the first item of news here is I did go into dev mode. And I didn't spawn them anything or do any silly things like that because I do want them to make it on their own. But I'm both a benevolent and a horrible god. So I forced a volcanic winter in the fall. And it's still going on. And we're entering winter. Now it's 120 below outside. That's normal for winter on this planet. But we had 133 below in the late fall. And we had a real trial of what I'm going to show you, which is our new barn. Yeah, you'll notice the old barn's empty. No animals in there. Why aren't those statues placed? Yes, they are. I put in these two nice statues. This one is of Lilu and Fallow getting married. Lilu is blowing air at Fallow. Very cute, with a personified description of chaos waiting off to one side. Yeah, that sounds like our colony. And this one is Joshua Gizmo Nelson, good old Gizmo, recruiting Gorilla, our new member, which is pretty awesome. Gorilla was a space pod crash refugee, and we sprinted out to get him immediately because he was lying there in the freezing and dying and freezing and dying. And we got our fastest walker out to get him. I think that's Sarai? Yeah, Jogger. So she's super fast. She ran out and got him in just in time. He just made it. And he's a great new member. We like him. I don't really even know what he does yet. I haven't used him often enough to be that familiar with him. Of course, I set up his stuff to work with his skills and all that stuff. But he was a medical assistant as a child and a charity worker as an adult. He's incapable of violent or firefighting. He's not a pyro, is he? Oh, thank God, no, he's not. He dislikes women, and he has a green thumb. He's not on the growing team because he doesn't really like growing. He doesn't have a passion for it. Okay, so yeah, so it's awful dark because of the volcanic winter and it being winter north of the Arctic Circle on this planet. So I put on these exterior lights, and I think it really gives a nice look to the base. Very pleased with that. We've added a front room onto the kitchen here and stuck in a wood pile behind it, a covered wood pile, because we were able to buy some wood off a bulker, and we bought that wood. We need that wood. And we put this front room on to try to preserve a little temperature. It's -61 in the front room with the heater on, and it's 14 in the kitchen and dropping a little. So yeah, good. It's holding 14 in the kitchen. That's good, good. In this little room, I had to add a heater. When it went to 133 below, I got temperature penalties on all the works. This is our first workroom, and we've got a tailor's bench and sculptor's table and a stonecutter's table in there, all connecting, as you can see by the lines, to this tool cabinet, which gives them a work speed bonus. But it's pretty cramped in there, and eventually we're going to take it out as a workroom and move everything up here, because here's our bigger, newer workroom that we built, and it's got the high-tech research bench. This funny space here behind it I actually dug out so that I can fit the multi-analyzer in there when we're able to get a multi-analyzer, and still have a corridor to get out to the geotherm. God, it's dark, eh? Amazing. So we're going to put a bunch of workspace into this, which still has snow on the ground, but it gets a heat bonus from the geotherm built into it. It's fully roofed. And so it's only negative 81 Celsius in there at negative 128 outside. So that'll be cheaper to heat than most of our rooms because of the geotherm. This geotherm is indoors 74 degrees Celsius. So in a small closed room, the geotherm is just a blaster. I could probably open the corridors. This corridor is at negative 90. Oh my god. I don't hear any music or any people moving. I must have paused or something, did I? No, they're just in bed. And the music doesn't play constantly. The game's smart about that. So yeah, our production balls are churning away. It looks like we have a lot less food than last episode because I sold a bunch to that bulker. I was like, I've got to get silver. There's no... Traders do not come often. And we scored, dude. We bought more alpacas and some chinchillas. So yeah, off to the barn through these frozen corridors, which I concreted so they're no longer full of snow, but they're at negative 111 Celsius. Front room to the Warren area is at negative 4. Secondary front room to the Warren area is holding at 13. The X barn is easily handling 16. The bedroom community is all holding 16. Yeah, this one needs dual heaters to do it. It has to do with the roof. This one is almost all overhead mountain, but it has a rock roof thin right here at the corner. And that's like it's just there at the corner, one little tile at the corner, and that makes that room freezing. And so to get the new barn, I slowly dug experimental hallway down here in the sealed, like authorized personnel only. Everyone's authorized, so it's cool. And I kept getting rock roof thin. Like I got overhead mountain a long ways, and then I kept getting rock roof thin. But I wanted to go in really deep for this. So when I started running into rock roof thin, I was like, oh shit. Changed directions and went up here, and overhead mountain started right here at this tile, where I've got a granite door in and a heater. And it's 18, 16, 21. These heaters are turned up way higher. It's uncomfortable for the colonists to come in here because this is the barn zone. And so we've got one sealed heated hallway, two sealed heated hallway, all overhead mountain, and then this whole barn is overhead mountain. So it's all surrounded by heavy rock. So we've got our feeding system in, we've got our heating system in. I've got her turned up to 31 because that gives it a little more time if there's a heat failure. Gives it just a little bit more seconds of time. And interestingly enough, it's now negative 132 and snowing gently outside. Interestingly enough, we had a test of the system. When I put in this barn, I made the animal area. I'll just quickly show you. Made the animal area for it. You can see it turning on and off there. So that it didn't include this frontal area. And that's where we build the campfire. So as soon as we had a solar flare, everything shut down, and the temperature in here started dropping really fast, even though it's really well shielded, better shielded than anything else I have. It still was nasty. So we sprinted in here in the middle of the night, built some campfires, and 4 campfires brought it up to 28 Celsius and held it there. I was afraid it was going to get too hot and kill the animals. So I think we'll just use 2 campfires to save wood, and that should keep them alive. We're going to try... Maybe I'll build 3 and extinguish 1. See how we go. Because we can't dare lose these animals. And the chinchillas start to die at negative 5, and the alpacas start to die at negative 18. I mean, they won't die, but they'll slowly die. And at negative 130, they just keel over. Bomb. One of these alpacas came in off the ship. Now, 2 of them took their orders and ran straight for the animal area right through the building. I was like, good alpacas. And the other one stayed on wandering status despite repeated orders and changes to its orders. And it wandered around outside for, I don't know, like 20 colony minutes, and it fell over. And I sent Sarai out as fast as she could go to get it. And she brought it in. It was at hypothermia extreme. I forget what percentage. It was almost dead, and it had frostbite on a hoof. It's fine. It totally recovered. So now we've got a bunch of alpaca, and we're actually churning some wool, and I think one of them's pregnant. And we got these chinchillas breeding like the rabbits that they aren't. They're not rabbits, they're rodents. But they look, there's a baby one. There's a baby one. And they grow up pretty fast and they breed pretty fast. They don't mind inbreeding, so we're goodsies. And we're going to have us some hats. The alpaca wool will be used for our clothing, especially our parkas, but the chinchilla, I'm going to specifically only make toques out of the chinchilla. So we have distinctive chinchilla toques for the whole colony, and everyone will get one eventually when we got enough chinchillas going. So there's the new barn, which is really my proud achievement, because I was just feeling this gnawing sense of unease. I made like 50 saves at different stages of digging this so I could still have it surrounded by rock if there was a problem. No problem, and I bet you if I dug further test corridors out, I'd find more rock. I think I found a good spot. She's right in there, as you can see. So that's as much of the warren as has been dug, and we haven't fired up this food producer, but I think we're going to need to pretty shortly. It looks like we're dropping. We just got the animals. So why don't I go architect, production, get some hydro basins, and start popping them in. So I'll just do 1, 2, 3, 4 of them to start with. That's not too big and expensive. Components or power. Power was getting a little balancy, still good, but a little balancy because I had to throw in all these extra heaters and junk. And so I did toss in 4 more wind turbines up here, and they just fit in spinkly bam, just perfect. So that really refixed our power systems. Our batteries are at 100%. Except this one, it broke, so it's still charging. They don't charge fast though. So we're not that far from balance. We make about 14,000 watts when these things are at half power at 1500 watt output. So I'm thinking basically I have 14,000 watts to spare, but that's it. And so that makes me think I can build with like 4,000 watts. And I need to have spare power. This place, it dies fast without power, right? Everyone. I don't know how cold it's going to get this winter in the volcanic winter. If it doesn't get cold enough to suit me, I'm going to pop dev mode on again and force a cold snap on top of the volcanic winter. See if I can get like 200 below out of this game without killing everyone. That'll be beyond the limit of their gear. Like, let's grab Fallow here. I like Fallow. So glad he married Lilu. They're both really young too. He's a little bit older than her. Geothermal just broke down. That's not a problem. We should be able to fix it. And yeah, see, you need the spare power. If I don't keep 10,000 spare watts, well, that geothermal just dropped 3,600 watts out of the channel. And that's 3,600 full watts, like all day watts. Okay, Fallow. What the heck was I going to show you about Fallow? I like him so much, and I forgot what I was going to say about him. Social, there he is. He likes most people. He really doesn't like Sammy. She's new. She was another refugee, basically. Oh yeah, gear. Here we are. So his comfortable temperature range is negative 164 Celsius to plus 17 Celsius. And his stuff's wearing down. So here's Gizmo, and what's he doing? He's making a parka. So we've got an unfinished alpaca wool parka. I wonder if he's finished any. Ooh, look at that. Cloth button-down shirt shoddy. That was the work of our other tailor, who is work. Our other tailor is a little bit less skilled, although she's quite skilled. I believe it's Sarai. Yeah, Sarai has a 8 out of 20. Gizmo, the main tailor, has a 13 out of 20, so he's doing good. Did he finish any other parkas yet? I doubt it. We haven't had alpaca wool for long. These are all still our old, really badly worn muffalo ones. Wait, alpaca wool parka. Good, so I can check. So let's see what the temperature goodness is on it, because I don't know yet. I haven't looked it up or anything. So it insulates to 116 below Celsius cold. Now let's check the muffalo. Oh, it's mega sloth wool. It's the ultimate type of parka. I really geared them, eh? And that does negative 124. So we're good. We're gonna be good still down to 150 below with our alpaca parkas and alpaca pantsies. So we'll be getting alpaca pantsies too. And alpaca wool button-down shirts, but right now I'm making all our button-down shirts out of cotton for shortage of materials. We do have some cotton growing, and we gotta get those parkas built fast. So we will. We're gonna live. I can hear them tinkering away yet. Someone's making a sculpture. Maghar, she's awesome. She's making a small sculpture. She's made some very good sculptures. We did manage to score a couple lungs, so that makes our smoke leaf issue a little bit less of an issue. If someone gets a carcinoma, we can fix it now. Thank goodness. Minor break risk. That'll be Cummings. Yep. Cummings. I'm going to need you to go smoke a joint on the doctor's orders. There you go, buddy. Have a nice time. And he does. Cummings is good that way because he doesn't really go smoke a whole bunch on his own. He's not really that much of a hog for the stuff or anything. So when he gets down like that, which he does quite often, we'll check his needs bar. See his mood's not bad, but he's getting down anyway. He's like that. Oh, he's in pain. Has he still got sensory mechanite disease? Oh my god. Or is he just injured? Let's check him. Oh no, still sensory mechanites. Oh my god, they last for months. It's an infestation of mechanites that affect the sensory system. They make you see and hear better, but they also cause you like pain. It's like worse than, it's like light hurts, sound hurts. So yeah, it sucks for them. So there's what Cummings is down. He's got sensory mechanites blues. But he's a good one. Yeah, he doesn't. He's he came here. He's just really a thug with no passions except beating people with a stick. That's his only passion. And you look at his character. All he likes is melee combat. I gave him a gun anyways. He's a slowpoke. He's very neurotic and he's lazy. And he's incapable of dumb labor, so I thought, oh god, a useless mouth to feed. But he's actually been great. He's a steady hand despite being neurotic, He's one of our good ones. And look at him doing research, and the research we're doing is for auto doors. We're on auto doors. I mean, we need all this other stuff way more than we actually need auto doors. But with the barn way schlook, look at him, carrying rice. Carrying rice back from the damn barn. Because they're just doing weird stocking errors and stuff. The barn's on preferred. Research finished. Auto door. Sweet. Okay, so we better actually go to our research screen and get back to what we were doing. We were doing medicine production, but we actually have a fair amount of medicine. We have lots of herbal medicine, and our doctors are skilled enough. I wanted hospital beds really bad. They're a really useful thing to have, but it's high research. And electric smelting and cremation we need to get rid of goods clogging up the storeroom. We need the cremator. I'm building campfires to do that. No, wood's precious, right? So electric smelting we'll start with right now. It's going to take a long time. These guys don't research fast. They're really too busy surviving. Oh, that's why they're carrying rice out. I cut this storage thing down because there was too much in here. Yeah, we're good. Animals start running short on food. I'll expand it again, but they were doing too many missions in here. But yeah, I want to get auto doors in all the way because these are granite doors. Because I figure they might hold more heat. I haven't looked it up, but they might hold more heat. So this is all sealed behind granite doors, and they're slow to open. And then they've got a million doorways and a miles of corridor. So we want to get some auto doors in everywhere, and I'll just do granite auto doors in there. They're still slower than steel auto doors, but they'll be alright. So this will be rice production, and then once that's up to rice production and rolling, like with 4 bins it won't work, but with more bins in, I'll easily be able to switch this down to non-preferred status from the stockpile preferences here. And then they won't be doing so many missions. They'll just bring rice in when it crops off. So at that point I will expand the size of it quite a lot, so that it holds a ton of rice, and it'll be the most convenient storage room to them for the rice, because the other storage is way the dickens here. So as long as I get them auto doors in so they're not so slow, because they count the speed, they'll go that way if it's faster, even if it's shorter to this way, right? Yeah, so that's going to work out, and we'll be able to have them doing less missions to the barn right now. But the barn is our pride and joy, and it's also our only salvation, because without the clothing that's coming out of this barn, we're dead. No survival. We can build all the electrical systems we want, trade for all the things we want, do whatever, and oddly enough, after like a year or something of waiting for a trader to get those alpacas, then we got like several traders within just a couple of months, and I was like, yeah, bazam, I sold a ton of stuff, got some money. Now there haven't been any traders again for quite a long time again. I was on Randy Random for a while, and I was just starting to hate it. I've heard he gives more traders, but I was starting to hate it. People should be moving. We're doing a video. People got to be doing their work in here. What's Gorilla up to? Oh, he's cleaning up that dirt. Good man. We've got everyone turned up pretty high on cleaning, because I find that it's really easy to get out of balance on the cleaning work. Like if you've got your cleaners in balance so they keep the place pretty clean, then if something happens like a raid, you get so much dirt built up that they never catch up again. So I've got cleaning cranked because I suspect it helps with food poisoning. Don't know again. And it's just nice. It looks better. Like if I'm going to do an episode, I don't want the place all tracked up with mud. Yeah, like seriously. Their bedrooms still have no nice flooring, nothing, so they come out fairly ugly. I'll put the beauty meter on. Ugly. Neutral. Neutral because it has a sculpture and a plant pot. That's bringing it up. Yeah, 13 for the plant pot, 68 for the sculpture, 21 for the nice quality bed. What just happened? Chinchilla 1 got food poisoning. That's okay. Chinchilla 1 can vomit away. So yeah, all this stuff isn't too nice looking. Even putting art in didn't do that much. I better save here. They've made some progress and I hear something getting built. What the hell is getting built? Check the constructors. Lilu, building hydroponics basin. Right, I asked for those. Right, put this to rice. It sets to potatoes automatically. So let's pop these two to rice right now. Because rice grows way ton faster. And look, fallow just started planting it after building it. You see why I like fallow? There's a really useful young man right there. And he's gentle-natured. Actually, I think he has a gun. Yup, he has a gun. What's his life history? Let's have a look at that. So he was a medieval slave as a child and a VR designer as an adult. Grew up pulling carts and digging holes on a medieval work. Simple manual labor is his oldest companion along with the master's lash. He didn't learn to read until age 9. Construction +2, growing +2, mining +2, research -3. VR designer. Fallow designed virtual reality simulations for Glitter World citizens. He paid great attention to the details of his worlds, including learning all he could about plant life to make his landscapes more realistic. Oh, Tynan's showing off about how he built RimWorld. Construction +3, growing +4, artistic +5, plant cutting disabled, hauling disabled, cleaning disabled. Yeah, well, I like fallow even though he won't do manual labor. We have just enough manual laborers. Here's the manual labor columns. And we've got some big holes in there, as you can see, but that's okay. Rice for that one. Look at them getting this built. Even on speed 1, they're just hammering that. Now this I converted to all wood storage. There's no lights in there. So that's the, like, if there's a fire in our other wood pile, or and we lose our wood or something, then we've got the wood storage and then secondary backup sealed wood storage so that we never lose our animals. And the fire trick worked beauty, and I don't think I even have to make as many fires. And I made these safe pockets away from the animal zone because the fires blow sparks, and well, a flaming alpaca could suck. So the animals keep a little ways away from the fires. Should be good. The beds are flammable too, and the rice is flammable. Cloth animal bed, normal. Barn, slightly impressive, 58 points. Let's get the beauty meter out on the barn. I did put paved tile in it. It's cheap, but it's not bad. Slightly impressive impressiveness. Wealth is rich. Space is very spacious. Beauty is -1.11 ugly. And cleanliness is 0.00 clean. That is crisply clean barn, man. And they just poop away in here like crazy. Sammy just smoked one in there. Hey, Sammy. She's a good one. She's a teenager, 16 years old. Let's see. She likes melee combat. She loves animals to bits, although she's not very good at them. She really likes medicine too, although she's not very good at it. She really likes crafting, and she's getting better at it because we do a lot of crafting. She was a joy-wire addict as a child. Sammy's wealthy parents provided everything she ever wanted. After discovering joy wires, she became obsessed. Once her parents realized what happened, they cut her off. Oops, autosave. Uncaring and often violent, she sought her next joy wire fix by any means possible. Shooting +4, melee +6, social -3, cleaning disabled and researching disabled, incapable of intellectual or cleaning. She is a cannibal and she is trigger happy. Good thing she's got a gun. We want to be trigger happy. We've taken a few little raids, and the big threat's mechanoids. Although at this temperature, wind turbine just went down. House components 262. Love those traders. Thanks, traders. Because we didn't, digging all this, we didn't strike any steel, and we only struck like a patch of compacted machinery worth 6 components. Just a disaster. Hey, it looks like I got another rice unit to put up. So I got all the rice set, don't I? Yeah. So let's get that saved. Because when you do little settings like that, it's a good plan to save so you don't forget to redo them on a reload. If you're a reloader, I mean, I'm a big cheaty reloader. I don't like things to happen that I don't like. I will let people die. I will let people get hurt. I would let the colony fail if it was going to fail. If it wasn't a good colony plan, I'd let it die and curse my luck. But this proved to be a good colony plan and thrived and expanded, and I adore the way the little lights look casting out. I haven't put any lights on these 2 entrances here or on this entrance here. And I don't think I will. I think we'll just have them on the kind of the main service entrances of the place. Not that any traders are ever coming here. They can't. They would all die. It's only 121 below out. I am inclined to force a cold snap. I mean, here it is. It's the 4th of winter. It's not deep winter yet. Seasons are 20 days in this game, but yeah, I'm inclined to force that. Wonder what would happen. Oh my god. I better save in my rebel base back. And then I'm gonna do it. I want to frickin' force a cold snap right now. So what do? I go dev mode. And then I've got this menu up here. Oops, gotta pause the game. And then I think it's no. Yeah, that's it. Force events. And then I'm pretty sure I go execute incident. Ooh, little fuck lag there. Pardon my language. So cold snap, cold slap, cold slap. I don't want a solar flare. Look, it's got solar flare marked as no, but I just had a solar flare. That's a little odd. I forced a volcanic winter, although it's got no on it, and that's fun. I don't see a cold snap. Bam. Cold snap. Sweet. Let's see what happens to our interior temperatures now. So I turned up time a little. Pardon me. Like, I wonder if there's a bottom limit, or if I could push this game down to like 0 Kelvin. Okay, we're watching the temperature outside for a little while, and then we'll start reviewing interior temperatures. I'll just bring time up to 3, so we'll watch it drop down. 133 we've handled. Okay, now we're into uncharted territory. The base has never handled this before, so we're going to see if we get down a little colder here. Look at that, negative 143 and dropping. I'll take it down until it stabilizes, and then I'll drop time down and see what happens. They should be able to handle themselves just fine. They're not going to freeze to death. The animals might, but that's why I saved in Rebel Base back there. Negative 151 looks like we've stabilized. It's not dropping any further, so now we're going to review interior temperatures. This bedroom is at 8 Celsius with only 1 heater, but it's always been a good warm one. This one with 6 heaters is bumping 12 and 14. That's sweet. Gizmo's bedroom with 1 heater is holding 11 to 15 because it's next to this big. Oh, these are 15, 16. Good. Holding, it's 14, 16, 14, 16. Kitchen is at negative 5. It's going to be a little slow work cooking with frozen fingers. May's bedroom is down to 0 Celsius, so he's going to have a slept in the cold warning for sure. Let's check his needs. Slept in the cold, yeah. Oh, that's okay. That's not going to kill him, right? Okay, this workroom's at negative 6. Wow. We're negative 151 outside. The game's not supposed to do this, though. Yeah, that one's holding 13. So this one's down to negative 4 now, negative 6, negative 4. So there's going to be serious work speed penalties during the cold snap in there. That's okay. Now we check the barn. And the barn is handling at 31 Celsius. Steamy as heck in there. Outer corridor of the barn, 22 Celsius. Next corridor, 17 Celsius. And then the rock roof thin corridor with 2 heaters in it is negative 30. And this corridor unheated is negative 26. This room is holding 16. This grow room is holding 16. The front room there is actually staying just as warm. These bedrooms are all 16, 16, 16. So really, it's this workshop that's really vulnerable here. And although I don't like to waste the electricity, I think I'm going to bump another heater into it. Just like that. Because we want to be able to handle it all, right? So put time back on. Now, where else is it really cold? May's bedroom was pretty nappy. He's getting a heater. We can do this. They're 175 watts each. We can pull it off. It's not going to break us. You know, like I said, I think we got. And the kitchen is frozen to poopnickins, so we're going to put another heater into the kitchen too. We're just going to do onesies, especially because we don't have room for any more heaters. Not in the kitchen anyway. We can jam one in here. Oh, we can jam one in here. Oh no, that's right next to the table. I don't like that. Whoa, what happened there? I want to cancel that bad boy. And then I want to build a copy of what happened. I think I canceled the other one or something. Alright, let's get a heater in. That's too close to the chair. I don't like that. That's fine. Let's get a heater in there. Save those. And we'll have to turn them down to our 16 Celsius once they get built because... oh yeah, check the work speed here. Work speed penalty, bad temperature. Yeah, it's well below freezing there. Not much fun to sculpt. Probably don't make as good sculptures. Okay, and power's going to hold. Batteries are at 90% and dropping, but the wind is down. It's gone. Output 155 watts. Yeah, that thing's barely turning, essentially. We'll be fine. We got power. He's churning out another, the same parka he was probably working on. We haven't run time very fast. So he's working. Oh, no, it probably is another parka because we cranked time for a bit. I don't see another parka in here. I wonder if anyone's put one on because they're like higher condition, right? It's in brand condition. So let's check everyone's gear and see if anyone's wearing a parka. Mega Sloth wool parka. Because she's got an alpaca wool button-down shirt though. Nice. It's not a very well made one. It's poor. Mega Sloth parka. Mega Sloth parka. Mega Sloth parka. Mega Sloth parka. Wait a minute. Do I have a materials regulation on their parkas? Yeah, I'm thinking I have a materials regulation on their parkas, so let's go. I think it's in restrict. No, it's in assign. Manage outfits. Select outfit 5. Apparel. Oh, I don't think it gives a material type. No, there's no pull down. We good. So I have to make sure no cloth parkas end up in our storage or people will be dying. So they're just wearing their Mega Slothers out of choice, even though that's a higher quality one. Starvation, Sammy. Where you at? Consuming simple meal. Good choice, Sammy. Probably if you're starving, you should run off and consume it. Let's watch her eat. Got everyone working away in here, and this room's nice and warm. I can't really read it there. Oh my god, negative 147 outside. Oh, it's negative 3 in here. Oh, it's from people coming in and out the corridor. Because the corridor's negative 91 in there. Storage is at negative 117. The other storage is negative 106. Sweet, that's how you like to store your stuff, aye? So maybe I should heat this corridor to provide a little more juice for these rooms. Oh, here's a heater going up. Nice. Good work, Sarai. Get that thing done. We're freezing in here. It's negative 7 in that room. I think a third heater should, fix the... Oh, and he's got a door onto a completely unheated room. So we'll bring that down to 16 right there. Done. And we'll see if the temperature goes up. Did they put the extra one in here too? Yeah, where did I put it? Oh, it's still not built. Raid. Pirates from the Gauntlet, man. They want to use sappers to tunnel around our defenses. Jump to location. And we're going to take a look at these boys. So we're going to look at their gear. Comfortable temperature range, negative 38 Celsius to 27 plus Celsius. He's wearing a Boomerang leather t-shirt, an elk-hide parka, ostrich leather pants, and a cloth toque. Let's check this next one. Negative 41, she's good too, with a cloth parka and an armor vest and some stuff. And he's good to negative 62 with a cloth parka, but Mega Sloth leather pants and a Mega Sloth wool toque. I guess those are really good. Okay. And yeah, so it's Monty, a shipwright, female mercenary gunner, stuff like that. We're not even going to bother looking at their characters because we're not going to get a chance to take any of these guys prisoner. They're over there, we're over here. We are going to watch their progress. Let's take the best protected one of them. So, negative 41. Ooh, negative 117. Monty's going to make it to the door, and she has a frippin' incendiary launcher. So Monty's our test case. Oh, we've got dev mode on. Let us get rid of that immediately. Gosh knows what it could do. So let's stay out of that. So we're going to watch her health as our bellwether, because if they're going to use sappers to tunnel around our defenses, that means they are going to blow the walls with a heavy weapon. So which way are they going to go? They're going upseas, eh? Why would they go that way? But they can't get through there. Where are we? We're up here. Oh, I see. Yeah, they're going up that way. So she doesn't even have hypothermia even starting yet. Oh, but the deaths of the others might do the job. He's at hypothermia shivering. He's gone to minor. Hypothermia 21%, 22%. Same thing here, 22%. Minor, 25%. So when they start dropping, they might... so we shouldn't be using the toughest one as a bellwether. I want to find where she is, though. Actually, they've all got hypothermia. Oh, look what they're doing. They're actually tunneling through to us. I think they must be considering this part of our base armor. Maybe we claimed this as a home area? Area revealed. Look what they did. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, they're getting damaged now. What's Monty doing? So, yeah, what's she doing? Okay, she's equipped frag grenades. She's using frag grenades on a sandstone wall. She's going to blow this wall. to get to us. Oh, wow, that's so smart. Look at that. There she goes. Doop. Chow. Oh, it's going to take her a couple of shots to bust the sandstone, eh? Oh, it's going to take her more than a couple of shots to bust the sandstone. Looks like she gave her up. Hypothermia serious. Oh, one down. Unforbid his weapon when they're down. We don't want to get into a firefight. 2 down. Yeah, it's the end of them. They're freezing to death. Yeah, they're trying to flee now. Monty's still GTG. Hypothermia shivering, but I don't think she'll get past that, right? She stayed at 12%. 13, no, she just went to 13. So Monty, you know, might have been good to go. Area revealed, we can dump. So that guy's going to freeze to death. We can't save him. So unforbid their weapons and unforbid their corpses when they corpse. We'll just come collect that stuff. These guys are heading out. Oh, done. We'll just unforbid her corpse and her frag grenades. And Monty's going to make it out. Let's watch Monty's health on the way out. Still at just hypothermia shivering. Missy and Sai are going to die. The other 2 are dead. And Monty's off map, so... No issue. Let's see how bad this hypothermia is. Extreme 88. And you know what? We don't really need any more people. And besides, there goes 1. So this is what it's like to try to raid a base at the North Pole of an ice planet. Look, she just thought of death. Well, it's from seeing a dead body of her friend. We'll go to her needs bar and observed corpse. Yeah. She's an optimist, though. She was an optimist. She no longer has character traits available. We'll get those buried. We don't have a crematorium, but we do have plenty of graves waiting for people like this here. Frozen graves for frozen corpses. We will not take their clothing. We are not quite hard enough up yet to try that on. And I'll just leave the colonists to do that as they will. It's 3 p.m. for the colony right now in this pitch blackness. And I'm thinking they are going to head right out and get those bodies. So there goes Red. I'll follow his track path. Because although it's more important to them to... God, he has to go a long ways for this, eh? Are you serious? You know something? I might forbid all that stuff. I might even forbid those guns. Because that's too far. Like, if something happened, that's just too dangerous. Like, we don't need this stuff. We don't need these guns. The snipe's nice. Oh, the snips is nice. Red, pick up snips. Oh, yeah. No. We want the snips. Awful quality heavy submachine gun we'll lose. And a good quality 100% heavy submachine gun? We'll ditch it. It's not worth it. We will have Red grab that sniper. Because that's a very nice weapon. And he'll get to it before it's very far deteriorated, I'm guessing. I'll just speed him up. I think I'll save this game. Clicky boo. Yeah, we'll just run Red at max, because I think the colony's stable enough I don't have to stress on running the max speed. I'm proud there's some things that I'm going to need to see to, but they're not going to run out of food. They've got 35 meals cooked, 132 rolled. Critical alert, major break risk went to minor. It's Cummings. And it's his sensory mechanites and his touchy temperament. Cummings. Oh, he's going to rest. I was going to send him to Puff Down, but he's going to bed, so... Yeah, oh, he's really having a bad bloody day. Listen to those bells going off for him. Poor Red's going to have a long trip. It's 7 p.m. and he's just getting to the sniper, man. Where's he going? Oh, he's coming home with it. Hauling sniper rifle to stockpile 5, and it stayed at 99%. Nice. That's... I mean, it's not worth a lot of money, but to me that's kind of a haul, because that gives us way more range than our charge rifles have. That gives us something to really, like... We can plonk a mechanoid before it can get to our range. And mechanoids are really our bane. Although at this weather, even a mechanoid, they were rated to 100. Mechanoids are rated to 100 below. Major break risk, Cummings, and Reds. No, Reds and a minor break risk. Well, that's expected. He's out in the dark doing something horrible, and he just saw a whole bunch of dead frozen people. who we are not allowed to touch because we're not wasting those work cycles. Those guys will stay fresh for years out there, no props. Looks like we finished another parka. It's shoddy, sadly, but this is what I needed to see. Once I've got 10 of those in stock, oh right, I'd have to ask for more of them. Bills. See, I got make parka 4 times. He's made 2. I think I'm gonna have him make parka like 5 more times, or 5 times. And Sarai's working on a button-down shirt, so she's on that. That's good. I'm just gonna have him churn out a few more parkas because I want to get some in stock, and then I'll either sell or destroy our worn-out ones and just get all this junk out of here because we need the space. So there you have it. I guess that's a pretty full review of where we're standing here. Bedrooms are still undecorated. Work area's improving. Oh, right, we got our fresh heater in here. It's set to 16, and we got our fresh heater up in here. God, I just jammed it in there, did I? That's messy. I'll set it down to 16, and is there a little bit of a nicer place to put it? I can't do it there because I need that corridor, and that 4 square space will get used, so I can't do it there. No, I'm not seeing anywhere really any better to put it than that. I'd have to move that lamp, put it in a rack with those other ones to have it look... That would look better. What time is it? It's midnight, I can't make them do it, but that would look better. Switch the lamp to there, and the heater to there. I could make Gizmo do construction temporarily, because Gizmo's a night owl. So why don't I put Gizmo on construction really temporarily, and then we're going to get these things moved. So we'll get this lamp out, reinstall here. Oops, did it wrong. Reinstall, there's no quick key for that particular appliance, and get this out, reinstall it here, and we'll play a little Jenga. Gizmo, got up here. Gizmo. So get on in here. Let's get that done. Pop to pop. Pop to pop. Now we're going to switch them around. Reinstall that here and reinstall that here. Gizmo, would ya? Pop to bang, pop to bang. I guess it's better. Good enough. Gizmo, you're off construction duty forever because you have 0 skills at it, but you can unplug a light. You can unplug a light, so good job, bud. Thanks for working. Gizmo's really good. He is a major workhorse, actually. He does most of the gardening. Almost all of it single-handed. Oh, and there go my eyes starting burning again. Damn, I had almost a day without it happening. Well, I have to see an optometrist anyway, so... You know, I'm still here, still talking. It's supposed to be a quick review, but it's so much fun watching them go about their work, dude. Major break times, 2. Red and Cummings. They're both asleep. They're having nasty dreams. Well, hopefully getting some rest. Let's check their need bars here. Oh, he's almost done with rest. Oh, he's starving. He's urgently hungry. Well, that'll help his mood. And he's hungry and in pain. It's the frippin' sensory mechanites, and we've had them for months. Months. Oh, you know why? Because our treatment quality's low, right? Because our treatment quality's low. So we'd have bad doctors and bad medicine and stuff. Oh, we traded for a tube TV. So all 4 beds in the hospital now watch TV while they're lying down. Yeah. How many watts is that? 200. Not killer. It's actually pretty reasonable. Save our game again before anyone breaks. It goes berserk with a rifle and kills everyone. It does happen, you know. Oh yeah, and somewhere in this pile of junk, we've got another TV, a flat screen. Not a mega screen, but a flat screen. A flat screen. So, yeah, I guess the final point here, let's go down to speed 1 so emergencies don't happen. Final point here is now that this is no longer a barn, I tossed in these sculptures, and we're going to dress her up a little bit and call it a front room to the Warren. Because the Warren is going to end up being the major part of the colony, and this will be a sub-pod. Sort of. It's not quite how it's going to work, but the Warren is going to be bigger in the end, because we'll end up with 30 colonists. If I play my way, we'll end up with at least 30. I've played with over 40 and loved it. So this will be a front room, and I'm thinking some armchairs and maybe some minor entertainment, like maybe a chess set down here, and I'm thinking about the flat screen in there, but it doesn't look like a really good place to put a TV. It's kind of a thoroughfare. What just happened? A chinchilla is pregnant. Swank. How's rice? 5,900. Yeah, we definitely needed those in, and we might need to do some more, but we've got the resources and the electrical horsepower to do it, I think. Batteries are down to 76.9. I've actually never seen them that low before in my life. Do I need more power system? It's not easily available to me. I can strip this down and add another windmill here, and I think that's what I'd better do. So architect orders deconstruct. We're gonna pull that down, just like that. That looks like, let's check here. No, I'll have to pull it down further. X. And that'll do it. And then we'll architect, expand no roof area, because just in case here. Is there any roofing there? Check that. That's the thing to do. There's no roofing there. So as long as we don't command any roofing to be built, we're GTG. I hate that phrase, but I use it a lot because it's actually kind of handy. I deconstructed the snowman too. I don't need to do that. Look, this snowman's still in here because the front room is always so damn cold it'll never melt. Oh, we still have silver outdoors? Man, they gotta catch up with their work. So yeah, we're gonna throw another fan on pretty quick here because I think we've got some troubles. I don't think we're gonna go under. Let's see where we are. We're making 6,000 watts at 900 output. Ooh, we're bottoming out at 760 watts output. We're bottoming out and going into drain at 760 output. Not brilliant, guys, not brilliant. We definitely need at least one more turbine in this chain right away. We can afford it, we can do it, we can maintain it. We have that power. So let's get the turbine out, because it looks like they come out here to do my work for me. I love it. Power. Wind turbine. And pop. I didn't even need to take all that wall out. In she goes, but I think I'm going to do some overkillery here, eh? Come on, rip that stuff down for me, dude. Yeah. Get it out of the way. Get out of the way. Look, there's flooring there. There's some nice flooring underneath that walling. So let's make sure they're lined up, because then they wire together, and pop that one in. And that's as far as I'll go with her, because I think we're about to get into the airflow zone of that one. Yep. And you cannot... Oh, snap. Am I polluting the airflow zone? No, I'm not. Great. This is going to work perfectly. I'm so happy. And look how quick my constructors have jumped on this. It's just mostly Lilu and Sarai with some help from Fallow, I think. Pretty much, I'm pretty sure that's about how I've done it, is Lilu and Sarai with some help from Fallow, but I think we really needed to do this. I think I might have just pushed the power system right over the edge, so there we go. She's connected up, and we're making 26,000 watts, 25,000 watts, and dropping. So at 1,500, we're making, 18,000 watts. Maybe I was, scared for nothing. Power up, not blocked by anything. Perfect, making 1,000 watts. Oh, that's why we're bottoming out earlier. Our drain's higher. So we're bottoming out at a different wattage despite our massive terminal output. Something like that. I don't know if the math works out on that. I think what it means is I might also need to add 1 or 2 batteries. But I don't like to have a lot of batteries, because then you get huge explosions when the batteries short out. Kerblam. And we have no fire control researched. What are we researching again? Smelting. Great. That'll help us get our steel up. We managed to buy a little steel, but oh my god, we only have 372 steel left. What? That's like only emergency level steel. If something gets destroyed, we can't even rebuild it. Nasty. Well, everyone's working hard. Rice dropped again. I don't have the steel. Food's an essential. Smoke leaf has remained very stable. I'm not doing that. It's a trade item, and their usage will rise, so I don't want to throw myself out of balance with it. I'm going to go ahead and spend the steel to put in 1 more hydro instead of 2. I'd like to put in 2. I think that would give me some bounce, but I'll put in 1 more hydro. Save that up. Put in 1 more hydro. And I think we needed those turbines pretty bad. Maybe not, but... Wow, that steel thing, though. Like, it's 100 steel to build that. Oh, my god. I could technically build 2 and still have emergency steel enough to repair a blown-up turbine or whatever. But I do not like to be in that situation with steel. And now I'm not going to be able to build my auto doors either. Oh, well, I probably shouldn't build auto doors till I've stocked more components. So I'll just take her easy on all that sort of talk. Looks like the barn's working fine. It's a little dirty. There's our chinchillas and alpacas sleeping away, and they're going to be fine. Negative 124 outside. The cold snap must have ended. This volcanic winter isn't doing much other than make it dark. We saw 120 below pretty regular. Now we're seeing 125, 130. We handle that in our sleep. How's May's room? We never checked. Oh, it's holding its temperature perfectly now. It's absolutely fine. And I'm afraid we are not putting another heater in Maghar's room, even though it's getting a little cold. Let's check her needs bar. No slept in the cold. We're good, we're good. How about this one? It's good, we're good, we're good, we're good, we're good, we're good. The cold snap pushed it down, but now we're seriously armored. How's the batteries? 83 and dropping. Yeah, I am kind of glad I put those extra turbines on. That's a little disturbing. I mean, our batteries to drain ratio is lower, so they will drain faster, so I will see lower numbers and still see them fill. But it makes me nervous to see those things below 80%. I don't like it. We're pulling out 17,000 watts right now, man. Oh, it looks like the wind's coming back. That makes me happy. If I don't see 100% on the batteries, I'll consider it an emergency, start shutting items off, and fix the power system. You know, I'm not letting these people die. I'm not letting these people die. This episode's run way long. I hope you guys enjoyed our Frozen Base review. I am inordinately pleased with my hidden barn. It's like nobody's getting to my animals, man. They're our biggest lifeline. They're our biggest lifeline. We can rebuild hydro easily and fast, but you can't rebuild a dead animal. That's the truth of the matter. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed. Here we are at the base. I guess we'll go into the kitchen here for the end of the episode. And what time of day is it? I can't even read it. It's 6 a.m., so there's Fallow cooking some meals. And I guess the other guys, most of them are in bed. Sensory mechanites make you sleep way more, too, so... We'll see some breakfasties coming in soon. When they're not sick, they're often in here for breakfast at 3 a.m. and they start working right away. I love it. The stove kind of looks like a stove. You get used to the graphics. You know, at first you're like, that doesn't look like nothing. Then you're like, no, it kind of does look like a stove, actually. I remember Lego stoves, you know, back from the old Lego when the people were bigger in Lego. There's the comms console. I like the look of that thing, even though it's bulky and irritating and huge. And our table looks nice. We do need a bigger table, actually. You know, I think I'll make that a priority. I'll slam up a bigger table, but we need steel for the chairs. I like to make the chairs out of steel, so. Now everybody's ultra busy in here. They're running around, working at the crafting spot. They have a little stool to sit on there and some storage for that. And making sculptures and, you know, what the heck have you. Great people, I tell you. Now we've had 3 fist fights in total. In like several years of colony life, we've had 3 fist fights. I've never seen them behave that well. They like each other here. They're a friendly bunch. And, yeah. So we will see you guys all soon for the next episode. Ooh, check the batteries. 78 and climbing. This isn't cool, dog. Let's put it up to 3. It's gonna make you wait. Gonna make you guys wait, man. It's not like you can't hit stop if you don't want to watch the batteries charge. But I just check that, see how high they get before I save my game on that nonsense. Because I'll save, exit, and go outside into the sun. 89, 90. Oh, and look at those wind turbines blast. I think we're gonna get them full. Yeah, if I see them hit 100, then I'll know we're good. If I don't see them hit 100, I'm going to feel we're out of balance. Yeah, we're at 100. Awesome. So that's an A+ win for the colony. They rule. And you guys rule. And my dog rules. And everybody rules. And I hope you guys are having a fun spring so far. See you all for the next episode. So until that time, bye for now.